Are you sick of looking at Netflix and you don't know what to watch?
So many movies out there, you don't know which ones are good, which ones were bad.
You curious about what's out there?
I'm Joey Powers.
I'm Don Tretler.
This is The Best Pictures.
The ones you don't want to miss.
Hit it. Say hello to my little friend.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Winners go home and prom queen.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I don't deserve this. Deserves got nothing to do with it. No sequel for you.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of The Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Tretler. Welcome to the show. And this week we're going to talk about, we're going to do a continuation.
Less than best? Is that what Colin named it?
Right, less than best. We're looking at the list on IMDb of 250 highest rated movies. And we're taking a look to see some that we don't really agree with. We either think they're way too high.
Yes. Do you want to
But first,
read your paper real quick?
Before we continue, we want to let everyone know that this show is broadcast live from the Fact TV studios here in Bellows Falls. Fact TV is a community access center that provides studio space and production services free of charge to community members in Southern Vermont and Keene. If you're interested in creating your own show, or you already are producing content and you wish to submit it, or want to stay informed about news and events in Southern Vermont and Keene, including live coverage of town hall meetings, sporting events, and community events, visit fact8.com. You could have a show like us.
So, Alpha Dog.
Alpha Dog, that's it. I knew it began with an A.
Yeah, I couldn't think of it. But no, that's a very good movie. We were just talking before the show started about
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin passed away. God, it was a while ago now.
Yeah.
It was quite a while ago.
And he was quite young, too.
And he was definitely going to be up and coming. He got run over by his own car in his driveway or something like that. It was just a freak accident. But he's the younger brother that gets kidnapped in Alpha Dog.
Yep.
He gets a 6.9. I'd say that's probably on point.
Oh, yeah, it was a good one.
Maybe a little low. I might even go a little higher than that.
That's true.
I definitely really liked that movie.
They made a documentary about him. I think it's called Love Anton. And I don't know, I'm trying to think what it is. But anyway, it kind of describes his rise. Both of his parents were Russian immigrants. And he showed an interest in theater, and they just really got behind him and really gave him the resources to succeed. And he got into a bunch of movies. He wasn't huge, but he may have been huge had he lived.
He had possibility, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was in the Star Trek.
Who was he in Star Trek again?
I think he was. Oh shoot! What's the Russian character?
I can't think of his name. I haven't seen that in a long
Chekhov.
time. Okay. Yep. No, and I thought he was pretty good.
And I haven't seen them. I haven't seen any of the Star Treks. That's one of the series. There was a question somewhere where it said Star Wars or Star Trek, and I've seen all the Star Wars, but I haven't even begun to look at the new Star Treks.
So he died in 2016 at 27 years old.
Wow.
So it's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's young. That's really young, you know. Did you know he was in Hearts in Atlantis?
Yeah, I watched that with Anthony Hopkins.
Wow.
Anthony Hopkins talks in the documentary, and he says what a tremendous job he thought Anton did. How impressed he was with him.
So just quickly before we get into our IMDb conversation, the weekend box office, Deadpool and Wolverine's back at number one. It's just the movie's a machine. It made $18 million. It's up to $577 million domestically. It's like 1.6 or 1.4, something like that worldwide. Alien Romulus dropped to number 2, made $16 million. It's at 72. It Ends With Us is still shrugging right along. It made $11.5 million. It's at 120.
Wow.
You know, so that's a pretty big hit. The real disappointment to me was The Crow, because we wanted to go see The Crow this weekend. It opened in 2,752 theaters and made $4.644 million.
Huh.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, it gets a 5.1 rating on
That's horrible.
on IMDb. That's terrible. That's definitely way below the Mendoza line.
And that's for a new release of a movie, which normally
It starts off high and then drops after more people have seen it.
right. So people that wanted to see it must have really been disappointed.
And I couldn't find it anywhere. I mean, Lebanon was the closest place, or Athol, Massachusetts.
Wow.
That was it. Nope. No, Springfield didn't get it. Brattleboro didn't get it. Keene didn't get it. Obviously, Bellows Falls is not going to get it.
I wonder if there's something attached to it, because I remember talking to the guy that owns both the Springfield and the Keene theaters. He had said there was something funny going on with Oppenheimer last summer. That I forget, I can't even talk to it, but I don't remember. But there was something funny that the studios required of them to be able to show the movie, and it really kind of threw a wrench in the works. So I think Oppenheimer had to open at a different theater. It didn't open there. They picked it up after a few weeks, I think.
I checked on Friday. No. What's today? Today is Tuesday? I
Right.
think it was Sunday. I checked. The Crow's at 5.1. It's already down to 4.7.
Wow. That's sinking.
That's terrible.
People are hugely
The original, I checked. I watched the original a few days ago. It gets a 7.5, and I think that's low. I think it's better than that.
Really?
I forgot. I hadn't seen it in a really long time, and I was just mad because I didn't get to watch. I'm not going to be able to watch the new one until it comes out on something.
All right,
some kind of
I'm going to
streaming.
write it down, so I got to watch the Crow again.
Brandon Lee was great. He was absolutely amazing in that movie. Obviously, we were talking about Anton Yelchin because I brought up The Crow because Brandon Lee unfortunately passed away. He got murdered during the filming of the movie.
Yeah.
But he was only 28, and this was really his breakout role. And he looked like he could have been like an action star. Like, he was really great in that movie, and I really liked it a lot. But I don't know, they screwed up the remake somehow, because to go from a 7.5, 4.7, it's just going to go down from there.
That's horrible.
It's not going to raise. It's not going to get up to like 6. It'll never get up to 6. It never got to 6. So
Well, this week has some interesting movies. Nothing huge. I don't think there's any big, huge openings, but there's a movie. Get this. Did you look and see what's opening?
I haven't. No.
This is funny. There's a movie called Reagan, about Ronald Reagan.
Oh yeah, that's Dennis Quaid, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He's going to play.
He actually showed up on Pawn Stars with a poster. Like, somebody brought in a poster of Reagan that Dennis Quaid signed, and Rick knows Dennis Quaid, so he actually called him in, and it was just, that's the only reason I know the movie existed.
Wow.
Because, yeah, it was just freaky. And he actually looks like Ronald Reagan. Like, they didn't really have to do a whole lot. He actually kind of looks like Ronald Reagan.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a big release or not, but it's Dennis Quaid, Mina Suvari, who we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, American Pie.
C. Thomas Howell, who we talked about.
We just talked about because he hasn't been in anything in forever.
Right.
So I'm glad that he's working again at least.
And Penelope Ann Miller is going to play Nancy Reagan.
Wow.
So that's interesting.
I think the last movie I saw her in was Carlito's Way.
Really?
I don't know if I've seen her in anything else since.
They picked some people from the past for this
Yeah.
one. There's a movie called You Gotta Believe. It's a family movie with Luke Wilson, Greg Kinnear, about a Little League team. There's a movie called Afraid, which is a horror movie.
I have heard of that.
I think that's going to be, what's the horror network? I can't think what the name of it is.
The Horror Network?
Yeah, isn't there like a streaming network for horror movies? Shudder.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Thanks. Yeah, Shudder. I think this is going to open on Shudder. It's John Cho, who was getting pretty big. He did that.
Harold and Kumar, right?
Yeah.
And didn't he go work for the president for a while? Or was that the other one?
think
One of
that's-
them stopped acting.
I think that's the other one.
Okay, one of them
That's
stopped
the other
acting
guy.
to go work for the.
But I think John Cho, he was in a big hit movie about taking his fiance back to see his family overseas.
Oh, is that Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah. I think he was in that.
I
And
haven't seen
Catherine Waterston, who I have a huge crush on, she was in those The Amazing Beasts. She's been in that series. She's in I don't even know if you saw it, and I can't think what the name of it is. Crap. I hate this when my brain won't. It's a movie. It's by, oh, man. Anderson? C.T. Anderson? No, Thomas. Paul Thomas, P.T. Anderson. He did a movie, and it stars Joaquin Phoenix.
The Master?
No. Am I thinking of the wrong guy? No, I don't think I am. It's taken from a book, and Catherine Waterston is like the female lead. She disappears, and he's not a private detective, but he's kind of like acting as like a private detective trying to track her down, and she is just adorable in this movie. Anyway, she's in this movie Afraid, which seems a lot like that movie where the doll, it was kind of a big hit, Megan.
Oh.
This seems the same thing. It's kind of like AI. These people get an AI assistant.
I mean, of course,
an
it's
AI
kind of the
assistant.
same thing because nothing's original anymore. Everything's
Right.
just a remake or a sequel. You know.
There's also a movie called 1992.
I have
that's
heard of
coming
that
out.
too.
Starring Tyrese Gibson and Ray Liotta, who's been gone for
A few years.
a few years. So
Yeah.
this one must have been on the shelf for a while. And it also has Scott Eastwood. Here's one. This is like the biggest. I thought this was like the biggest to like a big opening. Slingshot with Casey Affleck and Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder if it's the studio timed this. That they didn't think it was a big deal. I think I looked up like who directed it or whatever, and it wasn't anybody who did anything of value. But it looks like a cool movie, and I like Casey Affleck.
Inherent Vice?
Who's that?
Inherent Vice?
Inherent Vice. That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
All right, I'll
No,
dig.
I just looked her name up, and that was the first thing that popped up as Inherent Vice.
I've got it. I'll dig it up and I'll. So
I
that you
want to
can
see
it.
that. I think I took that. I think the library had it, and I took it out one time, and I just never. It just stayed in this. I still want to watch Lincoln, by the way.
Yeah,
You know, I just keep watching the same movies over and over again.
I've been working on. Well, I watched School Ties that you lent me, which I thought was really good. I thought
I really
it was
liked it.
better than I had expected it to be. I also have been trying to work on watching The Lobster again.
I haven't seen that. That's
'Cause-
Colin Farrell, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I
no.
didn't get it. The first time I saw it, I was like, this is like over my
I
head.
think that's on Netflix. I definitely should watch that because I've turned into a really big Colin Farrell fan lately.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think everything that he's in, he's great in. You know, I think he's a really good actor.
So anyway, there's, some movies opening up this week, but it's nothing huge. There's no huge movies.
So it's probably going to be Deadpool and Wolverine again.
Right.
You know,
Well, if-
Blink Twice. I forgot to mention came out this weekend.
Yeah?
With Channing Tatum. It got $7.7 million, which kind of surprised me that it gets like almost twice what The Crow got. But obviously The Crow sucks. If it gets a 4.7 right now, it's probably going to be under 4.
Well, it makes you question, why did they even bother to remake it?
Because honestly the original was really good. So I like,
Right.
But they did like The Crow, City of Angels. I think there was another one, but the original was made in 1994. So this was like the 30-year anniversary. So I think they thought in honor of whatever.
Yeah.
But
I
and
don't
Bill
know.
Skarsgård, I haven't seen him in a lot, but he's Pennywise in It.
Right.
And he was good in that. I mean, he was really creepy But
Well, sometimes they do this. There was another movie that I thought was terrific, Jacob's Ladder with Tim Robbins. Mm-hmm. They remade that movie. Well, why? Why did you need to bother with that? Because the first one was so cool. It was so like, I remember I saw it. I almost had to watch it over again, like right away, because I was like, what the heck? It just blew my mind. And there were like special effects and stuff that just, I don't know, creeped me out. That's the only way I can put it. So like when we talk about scary movies and things, that one got under my skin when I saw it. I don't know if you consider that a horror movie, but it was really good. When they were remaking it, I thought, why are they bothering to remake a movie that was
we've
really
talked about
great?
it before. There's certain movies you just shouldn't remake.
Do you ever notice nobody has remade To Kill a Mockingbird? Because they did it right the first
no, yeah, that's a
time,
good
right?
point.
They don't need to remake it. They don't need to put, Ryan Gosling in it or
No, just to throw money at it, just to make money, But they will. Somebody will.
Well, we were talking Ryan Gosling too, and what was that movie with Lady Gaga?
A Star is Born?
A Star is Born, which has been made at least 4 times.
Yeah.
But they keep remaking that movie because I guess it's like a theme.
But you know what? It makes money. That movie made a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are obviously like household names. Everybody knows who they are. But still, it made a ton of money. You got nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Actress. Like, she won an Oscar for writing the song. But yeah, I still haven't seen it. And I just don't know. I've never seen her in anything. I mean, we're going to go see Joker in a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
Well, she hasn't been. I didn't know that she was in much outside.
I don't think she really has been. But she got cast as Harley Quinn, whatever.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a mistake. I still kind of wanted Margot Robbie to
keep going.
Well, I thought she was good. She was crazy in Suicide Squad. I mean, she like nailed it. Like the part when she smashes the friggin' window and like steals the thing, and he's like, "What is wrong with you?" And she's like, "We're bad guys, duh." Or that's what we do, or whatever. It's like, but she was like so good as being like the ditzy like bad girl. It's like I was just kind of disappointed.
It's kind of like of all the Catwomen in the Batman movies and
you
TV
love
show
Michelle
and everything.
Pfeiffer, right?
No, I love Anne Hathaway.
Okay,
was the best Catwoman.
I like Anne Hathaway.
I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, I really like Anne Hathaway. No, she was good. You know, and that was really, really good. That's on the list somewhere.
I think she was better than Michelle Pfeiffer. I really like.
Yeah, no, I think Anne Hathaway's definitely.
But Michelle Pfeiffer was great in that comic booky kind of way that those Tim Burton movies.
Yeah. Christopher Nolan movies are definitely a lot more darker,
right,
than Tim Burton movies. Like even like Jack Nicholson in the original, or the first one, I shouldn't say the original. It was almost like comic book Joker, like completely different than freaking Heath Ledger. Like Heath Ledger was completely dark, like crazy, like I'm gonna kill everybody, I don't care.
Well, I remember reading an article about who might get to play the Joker in that movie, and it was Jack Nicholson. These are some of the people they were considering.
I think Willem Dafoe was one of them, right? Yeah.
Willem Dafoe, Ray Liotta. I can't forget who the fourth one was.
It wasn't Robert Duvall, was it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I mean, think about. I mean, Ray Liotta would make a great Joker.
I think any one of them would have.
Any one of them, yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it before. Who's the best Joker?
Oh, I don't know.
It's Joaquin Phoenix. To me, it's Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, Heath Ledger was great. Jared Leto was disappointing, I thought, considering how good of an actor he is. And Jack Nicholson's character was just, like I said, kind of like a cartoonish character almost. Like
right, and we're not even talking about the guy that nearly got nominated for an Academy Award, or did he win the Academy Award for it?
Who?
Heath Ledger.
No, he did win.
He did win, yeah.
Yeah, he did. No,
I think good.
No, he was great, but I still think Joaquin Phoenix just...
Right.
He just, like...
What about Cesar Romero?
And that's
you didn't watch the TV
that's
show.
That's before my time. Yeah.
I'm old, so I used to watch that on television when it was.
But I mean,
like
a TV series. Heath Ledger's character was like, he was obviously scary, but like Joaquin Phoenix is Joker. I don't want to be around that guy. Like, just like I don't know. Like, I don't trust you. Like Heath Ledger's like, yeah, man, I'll take a ride from you or whatever. Joaquin Phoenix character is like, no. You're gonna do something mean, and I'm not gonna like it. It was just so like uneasy and uncomfortable, and I think that's what makes that movie so good.
Yeah,
because it's just. I mean, I think it's down to what, like 8.3 now, which is still phenomenal, especially for that kind of movie. But I mean, there's no question he deserved that Oscar.
He knocked it out of the park.
And I just wonder if he's going to do a repeat and win his second Oscar for this one, because I saw the trailer and I was like, as soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, we're going to see that. I was like, the night that comes out, because I guarantee BF's going to get that. I was like, the night that comes out, we have to go see it.
Yeah.
Colin's coming with us. Alex probably will too, but no question.
We'll twist their arms.
It was like a 2.5-minute trailer, and I was like, yeah, we're going to go see this. It just looks so good. And like the movie poster is like him like making out with her, and she's got like blood all over on her face, and he's got like splatters of blood on his, and that's like the poster for the movie. It's just like, this just looks so twisted.
Yeah,
I was like, I cannot wait to see.
Well, the first one was pretty twisted.
No, it was, and this one just, I mean, adding her to it though.
Yeah,
it just, because she seems like she could be very twisted anyway. So I mean, it just, I don't know. I'm excited to see it. It comes out October 4th.
Nice.
So
we'll be there.
All right, so where were we? Do you remember where we were at?
Well, we were talking, I don't know, I wrote down a couple of movies that I thought, I mean, last week I talked about my thing with Sergio Leone, okay? He's got 3 movies, at least 3 on this. And I was like, I don't agree with him. And I did that with a couple of directors last week. I kind of was picking on directors that I didn't think belonged in here. But what about, here's one that I want to bring up. This whole Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
Haven't seen them.
Animated things. You haven't seen them, so you have no opinion on the whole thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
People love them. I
know.
only saw one. I didn't see that original one. I saw the other one that came out, which got it. I mean, obviously, it got really highly rated,
Right.
and it was like too much for me. Like, I don't know if you need to be high to watch this movie or what. It was just too much coming at me. I was like, what the heck?
So of all like the superhero, whatever you want to call it, Spider-Man is my least favorite.
Oh,
I don't know if it was because Tobey Maguire ruined them for me, but I watched the Spider-Man 3 was terrible. That movie should have never been made. It was so god awful. They had Topher Grace plays the Sandman. No, Venom, yeah, and Thomas Hayden Church plays the Sandman, and it was just so god. It was stupid. I was like, but it made a ton of money because it's a Spider-Man movie. But that was the end of Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, and then I think Jake Gyllenhaal took over for
did he?
For one or two. He may have. I don't
Wow.
know. Now I'm kind of surprised. I know.
See, I haven't been following the whole Spider-Man thing.
I know he's definitely in one. Maybe he's not Spider-Man, but no, I didn't care for any of them.
After Toby was Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Right.
Yes. Jake Gyllenhaal's like the bad guy in one of them, isn't he?
He's the bad guy in one of the new ones with Tom Holland.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say I knew he was in one of them. I forgot Andrew Garfield from The Social Network. But yeah, I never cared for him. But what? So they're overrated? Is that what you're saying?
I think
Like,
so.
how-
I wanted to see what you thought because they've got a couple of them on there, and I was like,
So
it
there's
was
a-
overstimulation.
There's
for
at
me.
least 2 of them in the top 250.
Yeah.
Wow. How many are there of the animated ones?
Maybe
Is it
there's 3, 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. And I didn't see the first one when it came out, so I don't know.
So it's funny. We were just talking about Joker. Joker's actually 83.
Number
It's
83.
It's still 8.4. Guess what number 84 is? Your Name.
Oh,
Colin knows what I'm talking about. It's one of his favorite movies. He let me watch it. He let me borrow it. I liked it. I really did. I just didn't like how it ended.
right.
But it's 8.4. I would agree with 8.4. It's definitely, you should watch it if you haven't seen it. It's definitely worth watching. We did get to 87's Once Upon a Time in America. I know you probably haven't had time.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
But that's an 8.3. I think we're both in agreement that that's way too high. Good movie, great cast, but I'll never watch it again because it's 3 hours and 49 minutes long. And
Right.
It'll take me a month to watch it. You know, ever since The Irishman, I've been kind of trying to cut out anything over 2 hours. Because The Irishman, it's not that I didn't like The Irishman. It wasn't worth the 3.5 hours that it took to watch.
No.
I didn't think it was that good.
Well, that's why it was kind of good to watch it on television. Because you could kind of stop it, start it, you know. I didn't see it in the theater because I don't know if I could sit there for 3 hours in the theater.
Oh, no.
But I mean, watching it on TV and being able to break it up, I was like, yeah, this is fine.
I mean, John Wick, what was it, chapter
4
4
we
that
went
we
to?
went and saw? That was what? That was over 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that was hard for me because it was killing my back, but it was action. So, like, it was, like, nonstop. Like, it didn't seem like it was 3.5 hours or whatever. It
Yeah,
seemed
John
like-
Wick doesn't stop. Speaking of action, number 55, Django Unchained. Did you see it?
I do. I own it, actually. Not my favorite Tarantino movie, definitely.
No, it's not mine either.
No, I mean, definitely Pulp Fiction, I think, is better. I think
People love it.
Reservoir Dogs is better. I think
definitely.
I think Jackie Brown was better. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was better.
I think Inglourious Bastards is rated higher than that. I have to look.
So, one movie that you know creeps me out. I love it, but I start watching it every single time, and I get to the same point, and I stop. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're going to say.
Requiem for a Dream.
Right.
I just get to the same. It's just like, it's just not a happy movie. It like depresses you. It's like no one has anything good come out of the end of that movie. Like,
But it's an awesome. It's an awesome
excellent movie. Excellent movie. What's his face directed it?
No,
Darren
Darren
Aronofsky.
Aronofsky.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jared Leto, Ellen Burstyn, Jennifer Connelly, who I think all of us agree we love. She's gorgeous. And Marlon Wayans. And none of them have a happy ending. None of them. Not even close. I mean, I would almost say she probably has the happiest ending, and that's not happy at all.
No.
You know? But Reservoir Dogs gets 98. I think that's low. I think that should be a little bit higher. Lawrence Arabia, you have It's one of your favorites, right? And that's
I loved it,
That's
yeah.
99. What do you think? That 8.3?
Yeah, I think that was an that kind of at the time was an epic and everything. I was surprised he didn't win Best Actor. He lost out to Gregory Peck
For
in To Kill a
Mockingbird,
Mockingbird
right.
that year.
Oppenheimer 102. That's surprising because it's such a new movie.
Yeah.
I still haven't watched it yet. 8.3 obviously won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Actor. You know, won a ton of Oscars.
I think that one's going to sink a little bit.
I think Scarface at 104 is overrated.
That's on my list.
I think that's overrated. I liked Scarface, but everybody talks about it like it's this badass gangster movie. It's like, it's not that good of a movie. I mean, why? Because of the shower scene where he like friggin' cuts the guy with the friggin' chainsaw or whatever. I mean, it's been so long, I don't even remember. But doesn't he do
Right.
that? He like hooks the guy up in the friggin' shower and then he takes a chainsaw and like cuts him. You know, it's like,
it's fine. It's an okay movie. But it's not a great movie.
you know, we're running out of time. But Alex mentioned something last week that we should have done, and I think we should do next week, is
Okay.
compare AFI Top 100 to the IMDb, because I just noticed 105 is Citizen Kane on IMDb. That's
Yeah.
number one on AFI.
Okay.
That is a huge discrepancy. It's number 105 on IMDb. AFI voted it the number one movie of all time. So that's a pretty big gap.
Well, I was thinking about that in terms of our library, whether we should kind of urge them to, I don't know, either talk about it or like you and I could do something about the AFI Top 100 movies.
No, that would be
and see
great.
what they've got from the library.
Yeah, because I go to the library I walk by there every day. So
I know they have Citizen Kane.
I haven't seen that in a really long time.
I haven't either. I would like to see that again.
But me too. We are out of time as usual. You know, we get to talk about 10 movies, I think. So this has been our episode of Best Pictures. I'm one of your hosts, Joey Powers.
Hey, and I'm Don Tretler, and these are the ones you don't want to miss.
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Here's Johnny.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.